All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Too Many Hobbies podcast. Today's episode is one of my best buddies and hunting partner, Damian McAtee. He's going to be on this show quite a bit. I'd like to have him around while we go through the duck season and just recap on each week that we hunt, some of our better hunts, just discuss what's going on. And so I wanted to bring him on today and have him on for the beginning of our duck season here in Ohio, which starts this weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the episode, so we're going to get right into it. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Too Many Hobbies podcast. I have with me my best friend and hunting partner, Damian McAtee. Damian, welcome to the show.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. I'm focused on this wood duck next to your head. Love it.
Yeah.
Anybody that's not watching it needs to understand that there is a hand-carved wood duck picture as Damian's background, and it's just right.
It's nice. And not only is it behind me, but I can actually put it in front of me too. So I can...
it's within arm's reach. I love it.
That's right. That's handmade cedar wood duck made by Dwayne Ong. So quality stuff, part of Lonnie and I's wedding gift from Dwayne. He's been a longtime family friend and also even better decoy carver, as you can see.
Oh yeah, he's what do to decoys on Instagram.
Yes, do to decoy.
Do number 2 decoys. He's got some really nice birds that he carves.
Yes, all cedar, baby, all cedar.
Oh yeah. Now that segues in kind of perfectly to your background in hunting. Dwayne and your dad carved decoys together, and your dad got you into hunting, correct?
Yes, very long time ago. I'd probably say 21 years ago, I would say. I guess I don't have the exact age, but I'd say 7 or 8 years old. We started going goose hunting just out in the cornfield. And as we were young, like preteen, started going to Metzger's around here. Started going to the marsh. And then while we're talking about Dwayne, Mr. Ong is who actually introduced me to layout hunting. And I know you have a lot of great content on Houghton Lake. And that was actually... And I want to say 4th grade was when Dwayne's father actually had a Buster's cabin with a few, cottages on Houghton Lake. And that was the first time I ever went layout hunting, and I missed every shot I took that weekend. So that was good. Great experience.
That's just layout hunting summed up right there.
Yeah. And then I want to say actually with my dad and also Nitro, we went to Maryland together to Ocean City with Pit Boss. We did that. I want to say I was in 6th or 7th grade. But really, to kind of circle back around, my dad has always really pushed waterfowl and goose hunting. Waking up at 2 a.m, being the first guy at the boat ramp. That's something I learned at a very young age. And as you, when you first started going with me, you definitely you got to find that out, that the 2 a.m. wake up call is so fun.
It's a little bit more enjoyable though when you're going with you, as most people that have hunted with you know that it's a treat.
It's
just in general.
I definitely get that honestly from my father.
That's true.
Part of that is too, a few years after he got me into duck hunting, he got into decoy carving, and that has taken him on a very, very awesome journey.
Oh yeah.
So with carving decoys for hardcore, winning the worlds in Maryland. I mean, he's had a very successful journey in the carving world.
Because the whole
But
reason you guys
that's
went
also
to
taking us.
yeah, the whole reason you guys went to Maryland when you did the sea duck hunt was because he was going to Worlds, right?
We actually did not know, because I want to say that worlds are normally held in, I want to say April.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's sometime in the spring.
Yeah.
So when we went,
It had nothing to do with decoy carving.
No,
okay, all right.
No, we spent Thanksgiving there though. We were there. We were with Pit Boss during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that was a very eventful trip.
Oh yeah.
And as you know, yeah,
yeah,
a lot of great stories to come of that. But that's not what we're here for today.
Today's about our stories.
That's right.
Just
that's
in
right.
general.
We'll get to that.
Just waterfowl in general
right.
with us. This is the Damian and Brian waterfowl extravaganza.
It's more than an experience, you know.
it's like, yeah, you're right.
It's like everyone right now wants a 5K TV, and like we're 5K. Like it feels like a complete just 360 view. You know, you're like not just looking at it, but you're behind it, you're in it.
You're all the way in it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're fine. Yeah, that's kind of what we're shooting for this year, is the 5K experience.
Yeah.
You know?
We're gonna be well on our way already, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've explained it on here before, I believe, that you were the first one that got me into waterfowl, and that was about 10 years ago now.
I believe that's about correct.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it feels like way longer than that. But that was right when your dad had gotten a shipment of decoys from Hardcore that he had carved. And he gave us a bunch of boxes when we were living together in college. And instead of us rigging them up and taking them out, we just put them all over the house and on the roof and in in the trees. And everybody that came over was like, what is all of this? Nobody understood it.
Yeah.
And then looking back, we were like, wow, that was pretty expensive wall decor and tree decor.
Very expensive. Little did those kids know at those college parties how expensive that decor was.
Or just the entire thing in general.
That kind of rounds out kind of the end of, I mean, in a snapshot of the story of my dad got me into duck hunting. You know, did a lot of duck hunting in high school. Every weekend we were going, if not taking a day off or two of school to go, or go to Maryland or Houghton Lake. But then came college, so that's kind of where that kind of sums up why we were putting duck decoys around our college house and not in the marsh.
Yeah,
because nursing school was just a little rough there. But as soon as nursing school was over, we got those decoys off the wall and we put them to good use.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't entirely focused on waterfowl hunting in college. We had quite a few other things on our mind. We still went. We'd still get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the marsh, and then come back and tailgate.
Yeah.
And that made for real long days.
Real long days.
Going from 3 to 3.
You know, in those days, not always too much rhyme, to our reason, nor nearly the resources we've come to acquire at this time.
Right.
But
yeah, we started
either
with
way,
without marsh chairs, using old laundry hampers for chairs out in the marsh and
yeah,
to carry our gear. We had
yeah,
like
we
18 decoys.
actually a couple of those chairs were homemade. What's that game?
Can jam.
Can Jam.
Yeah, those were
Homemade can jam from Country Concert. So I mean, and those doubled as decoy bags as well. So I mean, nifty
oh yeah,
to say, yeah.
this is DIY waterfowl at its best.
I mean, I know explaining that doesn't really give you the full 5K, but I mean, it just try and picture that. I mean, it was a shit show in the Mallard Club.
Oh yeah, the Mallard Club wasn't ready for it, and I know that there's going to be people listening to this that hunt the Mallard Club, and they can appreciate that. I mean, when we were going to the Mallard Club when we first started, there wasn't a single person there.
Nope,
we were the only ones there. I mean, later in the season there'd be a handful of people, but
that was probably, well, that would have been 2000, either 13 or 2014. We went the opening day of Early Teal and Early Goose, and we were the only truck there.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
that's not that long ago.
No, it's really not that long. No, and now, I don't think that people had this. It didn't have the same reputation then that it does now with early season teal. Nobody goes there for early goose. They go there for the teal.
Well, we went for early goose and we had one flock, but I messed that up by being on the bank, so that worked out well.
Yeah. That was the early days of getting caught with your dick in your hand.
Yeah, and you know what? We showed up 3 hours early to be the only truck that day too, just for everyone to note that.
Yeah, and we didn't know that there was a giant storm coming. That was sick.
Yeah. That day we definitely broke the law. driving our trucks down the dike.
We didn't know what you could and couldn't drive in. Yeah. That was
so the way I see it is I guess it didn't really happen.
Yeah, nobody was there to see it. So.
I mean, it didn't really happen.
Nobody really knows for sure.
No, they sure don't.
And then we graduated, and it's been a pretty steep uphill on the amount of things that we've acquired and the different spots that we've hunted. We used to just hunt the marsh, and now we hunt pretty much everything in Northwest Ohio. Go up to Home Lake, go up to Michigan. I mean, we've expanded our horizons quite a bit.
Yeah, we definitely have our staples, such as my parents' marsh.
Yep.
That is always an absolute killer for one way or another for early goose and late goose.
Yeah.
Always. That's always a great time every year.
Yeah.
And Houghton Lake. And now we're getting some more Michigan action going as well.
Yes, we just got my cousin's 1,200 acres, their farm up there. We got, Houghton Lake. You went and hunted that, what is it called? The Naya Sung Marsh up there in Saginaw.
Yeah, did that. That was our first trip to Houghton Lake.
Yeah.
At my in-laws' cottage, which are very graceful enough to let us hooligans go up there every year. But but that was a pretty interesting draw because half of it you need a boat and then the other half's flooded corn.
Yeah.
That you just kind of walk into, and half of it's knocked down, half of it's not. Everyone has kind of their own section of corn.
Did they
And
ask you if you had a boat when you did it?
they 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 didn't ask if you had a boat, but since
Okay.
we had never been there, I asked them how, because there's nothing really on the Michigan DNR that says like boat needed, boat not
Right.
needed. I'm just like, hey, we don't have a boat. Where
So what are we gonna
where
do?
if I get drawn, where where's a good spot to be.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. The only thing is 2 years ago, I want to say it was only 4 days a week, and they do twice daily draws. So
Right.
once at 5:30 and once at 11. And I was just looking the other day, and now they're up to, I mean, it's every day, twice a day.
Oh, really? They changed it?
Whew. Yeah. I'm like,
Because I was
whew.
just looking at Point Mulay earlier today, and they're doing Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and only Sunday and Thursday is that they have afternoon draws. Tuesday they're only doing
Oh,
a morning, so they're only doing 3 days a week, which is pretty
that's good.
interesting. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing as
Yeah.
McGee almost. I mean because
Yeah.
McGee's Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. They're only 4 days a week, which is nice. Gives the birds a break.
That's only mornings, though, right?
Yeah, because
There's nothing in the afternoon.
your draw goes until like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
So that works
Right.
out nicely for them.
Yeah. We could definitely get back to the in-person draws, because this one draw
Yeah.
done deal. I have choice words that we won't say, because this wood duck, can't
Yeah.
can't be hearing that. Whew. Whew. I'm gonna get all sorts of hot and bothered on me.
Yeah, they well, I mean, when we hunted McGee the one year, we hunted it like 4 times, 4 or 5 times, because we go during the week when nobody was there, and it's not like you're guaranteed a draw.
Yep.
So they got
Mhm.
39 spots or something, 37, something like that, including
Yeah, I
Howard.
mean, if you want to win, you got to wake up and you gotta drive in. You can't just pay your one-time $3 fee.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a draw on December 13th. Cool. I don't care.
Well, unless you get Middle Harbor, then your $3 is well worth it.
Yeah, dude. I'd pay $3 for that too. You know.
You and 1,008 other people.
I mean, I guess I win a little bit, right? I mean,
I think you've definitely won. Well, you
yeah.
haven't even gotten to hunt it yet, so
I think end all be all, I definitely hit the jabroni jackpot on that one. So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. I'll give that one
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I
dad
know
ended up
last week
hunting
I
with
was
me in
calling
there.
you a jabroni, but I guess on this one I'm a jabroni.
That's fair. Yeah.
Fair, fair enough.
Yeah. I'll allow it. Yeah, your dad ended up hunting with me in the early season before you got a chance to.
Yeah.
Out at Middle Harbor. He had to leave early, but still. He was,
Look at that, dude. That just slipped right in there, man. He's killing it. He's amped up
he's,
for this year.
I know. I'm excited that he's amped up. It's gonna be a good
He's amped
season.
up.
He bought a
He's all
layout
amped up.
boat. He bought a new redneck blind. He bought the enclosed trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he's good to go. He's got it all
Uh,
figured out.
I think on Saturday, if he's not working a little OT, we'll probably get some more divers
Rigged up.
rigged
Yeah.
up, ready to roll. I think he's very excited.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much between everybody that we hunt with, I know that I have 10 dozen divers. Your dad's probably got 10 dozen divers that aren't even rigged up, just in boxes in his shop. He's got other
I'll
ones
tell you,
rigged up. You've got like 6 or 7 dozen.
I gotta tell you, we can talk about all these dozens of decoys, but I, I, I wouldn't sleep on this redhead mojo I got cooking out there for this year.
The old float mojo.
Dude, that thing's gonna put in work, and I think it's gonna.
Well, the nice thing about that floating mojo is that you'll be able to put that in any depth of water. Because with the regular mojo, you've only got what, 6 foot on the pole, and if you
Which I did buy.
the
I
extension,
did buy an extension while I was at Northwoods because I can't help myself. So,
but like you can't put that in a layout spread.
No,
but you can hang that right in the middle of the long lines, and then you've got a spinner on a layout rig, and they work really nice. That spinner brings them right in.
I'm excited to see how that looks.
Oh, it's gonna be, it'll be sick.
I'm looking forward to seeing how those canvas backs look
the tangle free ones
on a long line. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, those are the ones
foam
that
filled.
all the night. What's nice about all those tangle free divers is that they're all foam filled. And for the price that we get them for, you can't beat that.
Those are nice. And then, old trusty dude, the ring necks and bluebills that are just sitting in bags up at home lake.
Yeah.
They're like those magnum divers. They're
Well, that, and didn't you get the battleship gold knives too?
I did.
Yeah, those things are big. Those are sweet.
Size matters. Size always matters.
Especially in decoys, yeah.
That's right.
They gotta be able to see it.
We're not shooting 2 3/4 over here, okay?
We're not doing big boys. Well,
that's right.
I stick to 3-inch, but you like that 3.5 life.
Yeah, if you have the time.
Well, and if you're not gonna fall out the back of the boat too, that's always nice.
Yeah, that was about the time I stopped shooting 3.5s at ducks. That's when I stopped doing that.
Yeah, we were in Sandusky Bay.
Yeah,
shooting the old pump Nova.
I about cleared the back half of the blind out. Trying to be a real tough guy.
Yeah, I put my hand back, grabbed him real quick. Don't fall out the boat. Don't rock the boat.
You live and you learn, dude.
Hey, somebody's got to live and learn. We haven't.
I mean, that's kind of my outlook on duck hunting. They make this shit for a reason,
right?
They make a redhead mojo for a reason.
Yeah, for you to
something
buy.
Likes it.
Yeah,
something likes it.
Oh, they all like it.
And you know what? They make 3.5s because I like it. So
you and a lot of people. That's why they make 10 gauge too. People will shoot the 10 gauge if they got it.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't need one of those.
Plus, I'm pretty sure they make them in a double barrel.
Because then I'd want a 10 gauge with 3.5s in it.
I'm pretty sure they only make 3.5-inch 10 gauge.
Well, that makes sense too.
And they started making tungsten buckshot. So you can now shoot tungsten buckshot instead of lead buckshot.
Just in case. Just in case your aim's a little bit off.
Yeah.
You know
you
what?
got a ball bearing.
Gonna come and save you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, those things are gigantic. I mean, we're talking, it's huge.
Whew. That's gonna come and get you.
Yeah. Well, that segues in nicely to what we think of our season. We've pretty much talked about what we're expecting, for this season. I mean, we hunted the early season, and we only goose hunted, but I know I hunted Michigan, saw a lot of geese. we hunted your dad's spot, hunted out at Middle Harbor at the permanent blind. And I mean, we've got a lot of places that we're going to be able to go. And I think that's, I mean, just even the last few years we've been finding more spots. We've been scouting more spots and finding all of these places that are potential
Yeah.
places for us to go. But I think this year well, now we've got 2 layout boats, 2 tenders. You have a tender now. Your dad has a layout boat. I mean, just getting offshore on days that's super busy, like that's the biggest thing, is getting out there. And I really enjoy just layout hunting in general. I like the whole setup of it. But like when those divers are coming to shore, it's really hard to get.
Oof.
It's really hard to put one guy in a layout boat. You know,
Oh yeah.
you can shoot 4 guys. But I think, I mean, we're gonna do Michigan this weekend. Obviously, we haven't scouted at all, but
Not a lick.
I don't think
No.
it'll be. I mean, there's definitely birds around. There's no divers, but there's definitely there's. I know seeing at my house, seeing all the mallards and stuff out back. Like there's definitely wood ducks, mallards. There's some gadwall. Like they're here, and where we're going is not too far. So there's got to be more.
They're
around.
here. Not only are they here, because they're always here, you know. We're gonna come in on Sunday when everyone who, you know, got there at 3 p.m. on Friday, which not knocking it. We've been there, we've done that. Maybe we're a little old. I don't know. Are we losing our touch a little? I don't know. Are we getting a little old? Maybe a little smarter.
I think it's work smarter, not
Smarter,
harder.
not harder.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you do that, you just got to get a little more creative on your Sunday morning after they got the snot beat out of them all Saturday. And
they got sky busted for 4 straight hours.
And contrary to popular belief, probably for everyone that's been watching this thus far, you know, we might just have something tricky up our sleeve. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
We just might.
We just might. I don't know. Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
We'll see if we're that blind squirrel, because I don't know. I don't know if you don't know unless you try. And we've done dumber things, so.
Oh, and it's gonna be, you know, 80 degrees out. So, you know, if you get bored, maybe we'll just go for a dip. I don't know.
Honestly, really not a bad idea.
A quick little swim break.
Yeah. Well, especially with waders on.
Yeah.
Unreal.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, so we'll hit Michigan's opening weekend, and then we've got our opening weekend the following week.
And then Lake's the following week.
Yeah. And so far that's you and your dad and Dwayne.
Yep. And old Nitro's gonna be joining. We'll see if anyone else partakes. And that also at that point we might also try that draw at 9 King. So
yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce it. I
don't know. That sounds good.
Nine King. The Nye place.
Yeah. The Nye.
The Nye.
The Nye off 75. That's where we're going.
That works.
That's where we're going. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have high hopes for our opening weekend, just because I mean they did the youth hunt out of East Harbor, the youth veterans hunt, and there's a guy out there that his kid will limited on wood ducks like 10 minutes after shooting time. Or not after shooting time, after sunrise. So like 35-40 minutes after shooting time.
Nice.
So it's promising. I'm gonna drive out there probably next week and see what it's looking like. But man, it's gonna be super nice not having to get up that early.
Very nice. Very that's just not anything we're familiar with.
No, not for opening day.
in recent years.
Yeah.
I mean, I think last year was an anomaly to that.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, so
Yeah,
that'll
last
be
year.
very actually, yeah, that'll be nice. And if you think about it, I mean, for youth weekend, veterans weekend, which, you know, shame on me for not getting my dad out for one of those weekends since they've done that. So
Yeah.
we'll put that on the bucket list for
The to
next
do.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like when he took me out for youth. I'll
Right.
just bring the calls.
Yeah.
Go get him, Dad. Come out.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's also 2 weeks for them to kind of settle back down after
Right.
getting
Yeah.
knocked around for 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
no.
I think you've touched on expectations of the year, but we could definitely use a little change in the weather
Oh yeah.
because 80s this weekend is not 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 what we would like to see.
No.
And it kind of played out this way last year a little
Yep.
bit,
Yep.
but it led to a awesome opening weekend of the second split goose hunting. That was
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Which, hey, the geese were loving it.
Yeah.
You had the setup in Delta for the geese, and
Yeah.
they were loving it. But at the same time, like 3 years before that, me and you were in McGee at a draw hunt and
Yep.
got like what, the second pick, and
Yeah.
I
Something
mean
like
it was like 18 degrees,
that.
and those mallards were
Yeah.
fat. So
Yeah, you got that one. That
we're
one.
not
That's the
we're
one
not.
that's hanging on your wall.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So yeah, we have expectations, and we know it's going to start well.
yeah.
It's going to start. It has to. I mean, we're going.
I know.
So
Whether we're going or not, they're gonna
I
be
mean, we're
there.
going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and the thing
we'll
too
have,
is like, I mean, every year has been so different. Like you said, like last year on the split, we were hunting, you were hunting in scrubs with a t-shirt.
that was I think that was early. Wasn't it early?
It was after
Uh,
Houghton Lake.
wasn't
So yeah. That was in
wasn't
November.
wasn't the split where we hunted with my dad and your father-in-law? I mean, what's Dave's birthday?
That was the next day.
Yeah,
Remember we yeah.
okay, so I went, yeah, and there's a holiday in there somewhere. Can't think
Oh,
of it. Past my bedtime, so.
yeah. Well, we hunted that
But
place 2 days in a row.
yeah, and it worked out well both times.
Yeah.
Where I mean, we were in a t-shirt and
Right.
shorts that day.
Yeah.
I mean, the
And then
second split,
yeah.
t-shirts and shorts.
But then even before, like the years before that, it's been like you said, that one day it was like 20 degrees, like 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so cold that
Yeah,
like
and
it just
McGee was
changes.
loaded down
Oh yeah.
with birds.
Oh yeah. That guy, there's a
That
guy, that guy shot like his 18 teal that day. That guy that was lined up on the between McGee and
yep.
yeah, Swan Creek or Crane Creek. That guy ended up shooting like
Yep.
18 teal. He was mad about it. It's like, yo, those are all like
Yeah.
perfectly plumed out teal. He just didn't care. But yeah, if we just, I mean, like with it starting as warm as it is, it's like it's hard to say that it's going to be super cold by the split. But even last year, like it was warm in the split, and then the last like 3 weeks of the season, it was freezing cold, snow, ice, whole nine
Yeah.
yards. So
We could use it.
yeah.
I mean, you don't want you don't want to wish it upon us too early, because we've also had that a few years back as well, where you froze out everything. And well, once those divers get tired of Lake Erie, then they're gone. And then guess what? Everything's done.
Yeah.
See ya.
We got nothing else except some geese.
You can wait on the late season goose.
Oh yeah.
See ya.
Yeah. The late season goose, that was
So,
pretty good to us too. So I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping that we have consistent
expectations
weather.
always high.
Yeah.
Fun always
Even
higher. Always.
That is one thing that we're pretty good at. Is
Always.
even if we're not expecting
Yeah.
very much, we at least know we're gonna have a good time. We need to capture that more in video this year. But you got a GoPro. I got a few GoPros. Your dad's got a shot cam. Jeff's got a GoPro. I think we're gonna get some pretty.
I've got to meet all of your viewers. You know, there's something that Brian may or may not have shared with all of you, but I'm very particular about decoys. So
I have not shared that.
You may get to see that up close and personal. You know, it's 5 minutes before shooting time, but if I don't like these two decoys, then I'm going to get them. Yeah. It's time to move them.
I think that's worn off on me quite a bit in the last few years, because I mean, remember last year when we were early season hunting and we couldn't get those geese to finish in your dad's spot, and I didn't say anything. I just walked out there, moved them, and we're like, okay. I mean, it worked.
Yeah. If I was a duck, I'd want the spread to look 5K too. Like, I need it good. I need it crispy.
And you know what? We do our best to make it 5K, and this year it will be 5K.
Yeah, I mean, they know if it's fabricated or not.
Yeah,
and we're not about that.
No. Yeah, I think we're in for a good one.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I would like to do these episodes hopefully weekly. And I'd like to have you on as much as possible, since we're going to be hunting together. Sure. And I think we'll try and do these ones, even if we do it like every other week, and we can still recap. Like, I mean, obviously, if we go out and don't shoot anything, there's no reason to come here and talk about it. But
I think I could do it for an hour. I'd tell them all about it.
Yeah. We could probably take this stuff and just record it in the blind.
Hundreds of them. We saw them. They're out there.
We always see them. It's just a matter of whether we get them to finish or not.
Close to finishing. That close.
They're always about that close.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
No, we'll get Papa Rick on here.
Yeah, I want to get him on, have him talk about some decoy carving stuff, and that's like one of my favorite things, having him come out with us, is just hearing stories and asking him questions. Because I mean, my dad doesn't hunt. I don't have that opportunity. Like, where most people are like, oh yeah, my grandpa or my dad got me into hunting. It's like, I just don't have that. So it's super cool to like have him fill in there for me, you know,
just mounds and mounds of knowledge and years and years of, he started by going with his neighbor.
Yeah.
Right here in Reno Beach. So, I mean, this is a tradition in this area that runs pretty deep.
Oh yeah.
Keep that going.
I mean, you go anywhere. I mean, any of the little museums around us, like if you go, there's going to be something duck hunting related. But you were up at the Henry Ford Museum, found duck hunting stuff up there.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter where you go. Like, you don't have to go to a waterfowl museum around here. Like McGee has it. There's places out in Port Clinton, but like, I mean, there's just so much waterfowl history here. It's like, it's so cool to be part of that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I found that little exhibition 5 minutes before we had to leave. So of course I find, after 6 hours, something I really want to look at, and then time to go, Jack. So maybe next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that we'll make a special trip up there just to see that and then maybe walk around the rest of the museum.
Yeah, we'll start there. We'll start there. Give that a run.
Yeah. Well, man, I think that
Okay.
that's gonna do it for this one. I think we've been going for
Yeah.
about 40 minutes. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I'd like to do these more often. I know that we've talked about doing these podcasts together for a while and just kind of pushed it off, but with us being so close to the season, I think that it's a good idea to start doing this and kind of concentrate most of the podcasts around our duck hunting season and talking about it. And
Yeah.
you know, and then in the off season we can talk about random stuff and how we miss waterfowl season. I think that that's the best
Yeah.
way to do it.
That's perfect, man. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll touch base on here after this weekend then.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you guys like this, make sure that you guys leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you guys are watching the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Damian. We'll have you on soon.
Cool.